Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Erin. We love just doing all things fiber art related, crochet, knitting, and of course talking about yarn. So with the lovely help of today's sponsor, Hobbii, we're pretty much just going to be unboxing some new fall winter-esque inspired fibers. And honestly today I really just want to sit back, crochet along with me. We're officially wearing all of our crochet sweaters because I'm deeming it the very beginning of fall. If you guys don't know, I do live in Southern California, so currently today it's like 85 degrees. Don't question me, it is now officially fall. Without further ado, let's just break open the big bad bag and show you guys my all-time favorite fibers. I'm a woman of routine, excuse me, and the morning coffee. We had to get the energy up for today's video. Now this is gonna be really exciting for you guys because Hobbii is gearing up for their Black Friday sale, which happens towards the end of November. And let me tell you guys, savings are insane. I know when it comes to purchasing and browsing around for different yarns, there are so many different websites that carry so many different lines of fiber. But personally for me, I just love going back to Hobbii time and time again because they have such a crazy range of fibers, pretty much every color that you could ever imagine, and every single fiber content that your heart could desire. So prepping and gearing up for the Black Friday sale, I decided to pick out some of my all-time favorite fibers that Hobbii sells. And let me tell y'all, these are stunning, like absolutely gorgeous fibers, very high quality. And then they also decided to throw in a little extra fiber, which I did not select, but I figure I'll give it a quick little review here. So let's just go ahead and dive into my very quick and neutral yarn haul. Now, if you guys have been here on my channel with me for a while, then you know that I have this really interesting habit of creating very crazy, colorful, out of this world type of pieces. But something that I want to try to make a little bit more of an effort is to make more neutral, everyday wearable pieces. So the color palettes that I'm going with for today's video and for the rest of the year are much more simplistic, and again, something that I could wear every single day instead of something that I need to create a very specific outfit out of. So the very first fiber I wanted to talk to you guys about is the Hobbii Divina. Now, if you guys recognize this, I did use this fiber to create this pattern right here, which is my oversized unisex color block sweater. And for today's video, I really want to recreate that, write a pattern for it, because I've never written a pattern for it, and then show you guys how I'm gonna go about making it. So again, this is the Hobbii Divina. Now, if you guys can see this right off the bat, she is super cloud-like, super squishy and fluffy, but super lightweight and breathable. So the Hobbii Divina is 65% baby alpaca, 25% polyamide, and 10% merino wool. So she's gonna have that lightweightness, that breathability. We all know I'm a big fangirl for chainette construction fibers, and this is definitely one of those. So she has a very hollow core, but just look how scrumptious she is. And this is in colorway number 9. So we have a very neutral kind of tannish, creamy tan coloring. And to go along with the creamy tan neutral shading, I also decided to pick up this really gorgeous off-white cream color. This is in colorway number 2, but it's not a stark white. It definitely has a little bit of that like warmth to it. And then the very last colorway that I picked up for the Hobbii Divina, very like marbly gray coloring. Again, very, very perfect for any type of wearable. This would be great for a sweater, a top, a skirt. I mean, she's gray, she's neutral, she's got you covered. So that is honestly top 3 favorite fibers. Moving it along now to, I would have to say like a fan favorite. Every time I use these fibers, everybody's always commenting and asking, what is that mohair? And yes, this is the Hobbii Friends Kid Silk. Now this is a very unique yarn because you get crazy yardage out of it. Again, we're using a mohair fiber, super fluffy and super, super soft. So once again, this is the Hobbii Friends Kid Silk. And as you guys know, with the Friends line, not only do they have mohair, they've got wool, acrylic, cotton, and all the colors within the Friends line color coordinate with each other. So if you want a mohair in this shade, they also have the same exact shade in a merino line, in a cotton line, and then you can very easily match colors and double strand for whatever project that you want to work on. So the Hobbii Friends Kid Silk is 72% mohair, 25% silk babies. and then 3% wool. So again, it's a very soft, warm fiber, but as you guys know with the mohair, this is labeled as a number 0 lace weight fiber, so it is extremely thin. If you guys want to make a sweater out of this, you can double strand, even triple strand with this fiber. Look how thin that is. But with that fluff, she's gonna work up just a little bit more fluffy and a little bit thicker than you would expect. So this is in colorway number 1, a really gorgeous, kind of like espresso mocha shade. I also decided to pick up more of this like cardamom, cinnamon coloring, and this is in colorway number 17, kind of giving me like nutmeg vibes, very, very warm tone. And then on top of this, I also picked up colorway number 7, again, very, very neutral, kind of pairs really gorgeous with the Hobie Davina coloring. And then last but not least, again, we're on that earth tone kick. I decided to go with this very, very deep, chocolatey warm tone espresso shade. Like this is screaming like a coffee bean, but just look at all of this fluff. And I mean, the color palettes that they have online are out of this world, so definitely check out the Friends Kids Silk if you guys are in the market for a mohair fiber. Now moving on to my third all-time favorite fiber that Hobie sells. Where'd I put it? This is the Friends Extra Fine Merino Wool Fiber. Now again, this is another huge favor across the board from pretty much everybody who's checked out Hobie, because we have more of this like standard ply, kind of looks like a 2-ply or a 4-ply, more so tightly spun, but this bad boy right here is 100% superwash merino wool. Very, very scrumptious as well. And with 1 ball or 1 skein of yarn, you do get 180 yards, and she is listed as a number 2 sport weight fiber. So let's go ahead and pull you guys up a little finger swatch. Now on the finger, she does look accurately like a number 2 sport weight. And what I love also about the Friends Superwash yarn is that there's no pilling, there's no fleecing. At least when I've been using this in the past, it's worked up beautifully. It washes really, really great. So another really awesome fiber that's gonna last you a super long time. Here we have it. This is the brand new Hobie Milky Way. This is one of those super unique fibers that I feel like I would need a very specific project for, because I think that this is labeled as a number 5 bulky weight fiber. She is a single ply, very, very loosely spun. But check out the coloring on this fiber. Like there's so many different colors that are going just into this one strand of yarn. And I mean, she is definitely gorgeous. I have no complaints. I would have to think that this might pill and fleece on me over time, so I do want to be very careful with that. But for what it's worth, she's also rather soft. I'd give her like a 7 out of 10 on the softness scale. Very, very fluffy. And the Friends Milky Way fiber is 53% wool and 47% acrylic. So one of those fibers that's kind of just great all around. This is definitely going to keep you toasty, toasty warm. So most likely geared towards the fall, winter months. Stunning. Like you got lilac, a little bit of like chartreusey lime green in there, hot fuchsia, lemon yellow. Like the colorways are kind of out of this world. And then they also sent over this very deep fuchsia magenta shade. This is colorway number 4. Definitely bulky, chunky. Check out this ply though. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. The core of the ply feels kind of stiff and a lot more thick, a lot thicker than I expected to receive. So, but there you have it. Those are my all-time favorite fibers. If I had to rank them, honestly, I'm gonna have to put the Superwash Merino Wool at the number 1 spot. We're gonna pick up the Friends Kids Silk for number 2 and the Hobie Davina for number 3. Now, the really fun thing about the Black Friday sale, which is also kind of named their FOMO sale, fear of missing out, I'm assuming, is that they're gonna have up to 70% off of Hobie's best sellers on their website. So if you guys have been saving up towards the end of the year to purchase bulk yarn, now is the time to make your move. And I'm gonna show you guys here on screen, but as you guys purchase in bulk, whether that's 3, 5, 7, or even more, the more that you add into your cart, the more savings that you're going to accrue. Make sure that you guys check out the website, at least browse it, see what type of savings you guys could save yourself. And let's just go ahead and dive into the project, because I really want to pretty much just crochet for the whole video. We need to start decking out our closet with more crochet goodies, more crochet sweaters like this one, because before I know it, the fall winter month is gonna be over here in California and I need to make the most out of my time. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start crafting. right, guys, it's time to come back on here and give you a little bit of a progress check. So this is what I've spent the morning just kind of getting started on and working up. And as you can probably tell, this pattern is a little bit different from the previous one that I made. Now, although I am trying to go back and recreate patterns from my previous tutorials, I felt like recreating the same exact project was gonna be pretty boring. And we're not about boring here on the channel, so I get the opportunity and the chance to go back and add a little bit more spice, a little bit more creativity. So I am essentially taking that same exact pattern, but instead of making it like chunky and color blocked, I thought I would throw in only 2 colors and alternate the stripes a little bit more frequently. So once the sweater is done and finished up, it will have a very obvious striped effect look, but I felt like keeping the colors a little bit more simplistic was gonna keep the project much more wearable for like everyday use, a little bit more fitted to my body instead of Jordan's this time. We got some progress. I can't believe I'm saying this, but in a matter of only a few days, I have the front and the back panels completed. So just very, very basic. This is the back panel, no neck cut out, but I'm kind of geeking out over the thick stripes. Definitely digging the more chunkier stripe over something that's a little bit more like tiny and changes color a bunch of times. Granted, I do have a ton of ends that I have to weave in. These are essentially just all of the color changes, but look at how lightweight this panel is, like very, very flowy. I love the structure of this one. And then of course we have the matching front panel, but this time, you know, we went in, did a little bit more supreme neck shaping. So this is kind of what the general front and back panels look like. I did decide to leave the neckline open a little bit larger on this one than on the previous tutorial, just because I do still want to go in, add a little bit of like a collar and neckline, and I don't want it to be too tight conforming to my neckline. So at this point, it's time to just turn on all of the lights, get out the second camera and start filming and taking photos of the next steps, which is to seam. At this point, it's smooth sailing. To be honest, seaming is my least favorite part of making crochet clothing, specifically crochet sweaters, because seaming takes forever. We're just gonna get through this. We're at the finish line, 2 sleeves to go. You know, I'll come back on and show you guys what the final sweater looks like. After taking a little bit more time this weekend, we finished up the sweater. She's striped, she's fluffy, very lightweight and flowy. So let's just put it on. Now, again, what I love about this sweater is the fact that I created the little bit of a tapered sleeve. So as you can see, it kind of starts off a little bit thicker and then she starts to kind of thin out a little bit. So it makes it a lot easier if I want to kind of roll up the sleeves and have them just up like that. Look at that. Look at that sleeve. She's just long enough and she is super freaking cozy. I can also kind of just like pull this up. I can tie this into a little knot and then we have more of like a cropped sweater moment, or I can just kind of let her flow free. Look how easy this outfit is. Very basic striped sweater. We got some mom jeans on. It's a whole Thanksgiving look. Nobody can tell me that this isn't super cute. So yeah, last minute I went in, added just a little bit of a neckline so that she's not completely falling off the shoulders. And look at this perfect kind of scoop neck, crew neck moment. If you guys are interested in remaking this sweater, I only used 3 balls of the tan color and 3 balls of the off-white. And here she is, just under 6 balls, 6 skeins of yarn. So if you guys would like to, don't forget to check out the Hobbii discounts during their Black Friday sale. Huge savings. And of course, as previously promised, I will finish up the pattern and hopefully have it launched and ready for download by the time that this video comes out. So if you guys don't want to sit through the old tutorial, I will have a downloadable PDF pattern on the tapered sleeve sweater. Pattern hopefully will be out this Wednesday, this Thursday. Go ahead and check it out, download it for yourselves. Look at this, look at this. I'm just gonna hang out in this sweater for the rest of the day. Thank you guys for watching and for tuning in. I'll be seeing you all very, very soon. Now I'm gonna go edit this video. Bye.